Americans have shattered records for online shopping since the pandemic began. Some analysts predict online sales could hit $10 billion today and reach nearly $190 billion over the holiday season. But the Federal Trade Commission says cybercrime involving social media has more than tripled in the last year. Our consumer investigative correspondent, Anna Warner, shows us the danger signs. Anna, good to see you. Good morning.
Good to see you, Jerika. Good morning. Yes, legitimate merchants are hoping for a windfall that could lift their profits in a tough year. But guess what? Scammers may be too, and it can be difficult to tell what's real and what's not.
I've learned my lesson.
Tennessee great-grandmother Debbie Jackson says she learned how someone can fall for an online scam. It started when she ordered a special Christmas present for her 2-year-old great-grandson, Asher, a gift of a 3-foot-tall toy dinosaur.
That's the other Facebook page that the same ad was on.
This ad on Facebook showed kids riding the dinosaur. So Jackson says she ordered one for roughly $200 through the seller's Facebook page. Christina Lewis is Asher's mom.
It was supposed to be a riding dinosaur that had a little button that he could press and it would make noises and be interactive. And so we were like, awesome, this is great. He's going to love it for Christmas.
But when the toy arrived in Florida,
it is a stuffed animal about this big. Didn't even look like the dinosaur.
And so what do you call that?
It's a scam for sure.
The real toy comes from Play School, and the commercial is theirs too. But Lewis says it appears the scammers used the real ad to sell that cheap, much smaller knockoff.
It's really upsetting that there's scammers out there that are just putting a bad taste in people's mouth about online shopping.
I was really on Facebook and Instagram, just kind of scrolling.
Christina White from Irving, Texas, saw an ad from what she thought was a legitimate seller on Facebook marketing a body slimming cream.
It brought me up to the site. I looked at it, read a couple of the reviews, and I was like, okay, seems legitimate. Let me go ahead and try it. You know, it's $26 bucks. What do I have to lose?
What she lost, she says, was close to 25 bucks. The product never arrived. Those stories are being heard more often during the pandemic, says Judith Bitterly from security firm McAfee.
What we know is that cyber criminals follow the money, and the money is online now.
Her company found cybercrime up 12% since April, 419 cyber threats per minute.
So it's a barrage.
It is a barrage.
And she says criminals aren't just after the cash. Through gift card scams and fake websites, they try to trick consumers into giving up their private information.
Customers will see a deal that may be too good to be true, priced really low. They'll go there, and ultimately their personal information will end up on the dark web or being stolen. They're after the money, and your identity is valuable.
Since many scams start on social media, Facebook is now teaming up with the Better Business Bureau to warn online shoppers, donating $75,000 worth of ad space to the BBB for ads like these. Facebook's Sarah Schiff.
Our systems are constantly improving, and we're evolving our policies to get ahead of people trying to scam people out of money and break our rules.
But Debbie Jackson says her experience on Facebook has made her skeptical.
They've got more money than God. Why in the world would they not be able to find a problem? Because that isn't the first time. I mean, it's the first time I fell for it, but, it's going to be the last.
Well, the website that Jackson bought the toy from is no longer active. The website that White bought her cream from is. We reached out to them for a response, but have not yet heard back. Facebook said in its last enforcement report it had removed 1.3 billion fake accounts from the platform. So, Vlad, that gives you an idea of how many are out there.
Yeah, Anna, excellent reporting as always. You know, my wife sometimes says I'm a Spendy McSpenderson, but I generally like to go to the website that's legit. I don't look for deals because I don't want to get caught in a situation like that. In other words, I look for the seller or the company that actually makes the product.
Right. I only give that kind of personal information with reputable companies I'm familiar with, or I use something like PayPal to be an intermediary to ensure that my purchase goes through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's important. It's important for people to understand the risks that are out there. If you see a really great deal and you want to take advantage of it, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Anna Werner, as always, with that excellent consumer reporting. Thank you, Anna.